Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
what's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll take your paper like
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news somewhere at 12. My name is Hansen.
Welcome to News Desk for the 5 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Today is Monday, November 25, 2024. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah presenting. In the headlines, Supreme Court to hear into petition filed by Impartial Speaker Naketa regarding his colleagues' action this Wednesday, November 27. Normal working activities at the National Elections Commission halted on Monday as workers staged protest in demand of full-month benefits and insurance as employees of the National Council of Chiefs and Elders threatens unspecified action in demand of 8 months salary arrears. The country director of Medical Liberia, Anthony Yapewon, calls for increased budgetary support for sexual gender-based violence services following the launch of activities marking the celebration of 16 days of activism in Liberia. Away from Liberia, renowned anti-apartheid rhetor and activist Britain Bridge, who was jailed for his belief in South Africa in the 1970s, dies at age 85. These, including the news bulletin, sports, are all packaged on today's edition of the program News Desk. Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited are our 2 sponsors on the program. We'll take a break to be right back.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
Rejoining us at this point with Naketa Roberts, who has set the pace with the reading of the news bulletin. Good evening.
Good evening, Johnson, and good evening, everyone. The Supreme Court has announced Wednesday, November 27, 2024, as the date to hear the petition filed by the Impartial Speaker Councillor Naketa regarding his colleagues' action. The High Court's pre-announcement, according to RCI judicial correspondent, was through a notice of assignment to the parties regarding Wednesday's legal argument in the Supreme Court chamber at 11 a.m. Of Wednesday's legal proceedings, the court has since placed a stay order on the majority bloc action and mandated the parties, including the Justice Minister, to file their returns on or before Tuesday, November 26, 2024. The Impartial Speaker petition has questioned his colleagues' decisions violated the constitutions. The County Director of Medical Liberia, Anthony Yapewon, is calling on the national government to increase budgetary support on sexual-based violence services in the country. Anthony Yapewon said with less than 1% of national budget has been allocated for SGBV services over the past 5 years, stressing the urgent need for government-funded response. Serving as guest speaker at the launch of activities marking the celebration of 16th Day of Activism in Kongatown, Anthony Yapewon, among other things, called for decentralized SGBV support services, implement laws and strengthen legal framework for SGBV cases and kids centering women in Liberia's transitional justice. For her part, Gender Minister Myean Harris-Colley underscored the need for robust action to end sexual-based violence against women and girls in Liberia. According to Madam Harris, the increase in SGBV cases in both 2023 and 2024 indicates a need for collective efforts for both governments and citizens to minimize SGBV in Liberia. She put the total of SGBV cases from January to October in 2024 at 2,759 rape cases, with Monserrado reporting 1,902 or 68.9%, followed by Lofa County, and that's Lofa County, Magibi, Nimba, and Bon counties. Madam Horace Cully meanwhile highlighted significant strides made by government in advancing efforts to end violence against women and girls in Liberia. Several employees of the National Savor Council, chiefs, and others have threatened unspecified action should government fails to pay their 8-month salaries. The aggrieved council employees have accused Internal Affairs Minister Francis Nimale of being the mastermind behind the delay in the payment of their salaries. According to them, they have used every diplomatic means possible, but to no avail, something they say they are tired of and they are out of patience to continue. Speaking Monday to RCI News, the National Chiefs and Elders Council's employees, most of whom are women, expressed disappointment over what they call the delay in the payment of their salaries, stressing that some of them are widows who depend on their salaries for survivors. They are therefore calling on President Joseph Boakai to intervene in making sure they receive their just benefits. Normal working activities at the headquarters of the National Election Commission came to a standstill today as workers staged a protest in demand of their 4 months benefits and insurance. The Deputy Director for Technical Services and Facility Management at NEC, Prince Alpha, told the station that they have engaged the Commission on several occasions concerning their benefit, but to no avail. Alpha alleged that during the 2023 general election, the NEC did not insure a single employee and at the same time owed employees 12 months general allowance. According to him, the workers are resolved that once those benefits cannot be made available, they will continue to carry out their protests until proper redress. The National Fishery and Aquaculture Authority has signed a memorandum of understanding on technical cooperation in Cairo, Egypt. The MOU focuses on agricultural development, enhancing fishery governance through monitoring, control, and surveillance, and strengthening cooperation and conduct scientific research programs. According to a release, the MOU is to strengthen technical benefits and facilitate trade by increasing private sector participation, with a major goal to transition from a dominated subsistence fish farming sector to a full-scale, commercially viable agricultural sector in Liberia. The MOU will promote capacity-building opportunities for local farmers, students, researchers, and experts exchange program for the Fisheries Department at the University of Liberia and other tertiary institutions, and facilitate scientific fishery research program, among others. About 76 attorneys at law have completed the writing of the Supreme Court legal exam at the Temple of Justice. The just ended legal exam, according to RCI judicial correspondent, cover over 8 different topics: constitutional law, corporation law, criminal procedure, civil procedure, contracts law, commercial law, and ethics. Our judicial correspondent said prior to the exam, the Supreme Court granted 7 attorneys at law dispensation, thereby preventing them from sitting the court's test. The court's action was based on an application from the lawyers saying they are unable to sit for the court rating test. The lawyers are Anthony Rosetta Jackson, Anthony Nelson Freeman, Anthony Peter Myean, Anthony Thomas Bumbo, Anthony Joseph Pale, and Anthony Alex Johnson and Anthony John Sacron. The court is expected to announce the attorneys' result in a couple of weeks. The 76 attorneys are seeking to Dasiki admission for the Supreme Court bar as counselors at law as provided by Chapter 17, Section 17.6 of the Judicial Law. The Liberia Telecommunication Authority has signed the Consumer Protection Regulation. The Consumer Protection Regulation aims to safeguard the rights of telecommunication users. The regulation seeks to ensure that service providers deliver quality services, treat customers fairly, and uphold transparency in their operations. Speaking at the signing ceremony in Gbarntolmah County over the weekend, acting LTA chairperson Abdullah Kamara highlighted the signing as the government steps in advocating for its citizens. He pointed out that the telecommunication sector as one of the major revenue generation sector, thus emphasizing the government commitment to ensuring that customers remains at the central point. Campaigners against misinformation and disinformation in Liberia has concluded the training of over 70 Africans from 24 African countries on media literacy and the battle against disinformation. The participants were also taught topics including the role of journalism and media production in schools and public broadcast system. This training was facilitated by the campaigner against misinformation and disinformation Liberia on Tuesday, November 19, 2024. Making the disclosure during the ceremony, the executive director, Tawan Johnson, noted that participants were drawn from Benin, Burkina Faso, Botswana, Cameroon, Chad, Ivory Coast, Ethiopia, Ghana. Others are Guinea-Bissau, Kenya, Lesotho, Mauritius, Zimbabwe, Niger, that's Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Somalia, South Africa, Tanzania, Togo, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. According to Johnson, the training was about unlocking media literacy via training and trainees series organized by DMC Global and World Learning with support from the U.S. State Department. Bon County District State's Representative Myean Breeze Mesha is admonishing Liberian youth to take advantage of technical vocational training for self-reliance. According to Representative Mesa, vocational skills makes an individual independent to make informed decisions. The Bon County lawmaker wants young people acquiring these technical skills to also venture into cooperatives for rapid growth in their businesses. Speaking as guest speaker during the 7th graduation of the African Dream Academy Technical Institute in Painesville, the female lawmaker challenged the graduates to be innovative in exploring every knowledge they have learned. In a related development, Monserrado County District 5 Representative Priscilla Cooper has emphasized the need for more support to citizens' empowerment. Representative Cooper said if citizens, especially women, are empowered through vocational skills, it lessens citizens' dependency on national leaders for survival. She blamed the dependency syndrome on citizens to the lack of empowerment opportunities, something she said has left huge burden on them as national leaders. Speaking during the launch of the Dreamlight Training and Empowerment Vocational Program in Painesville, the Monserrado County lawmaker lauded the administration for the past Saturdays, pledging to support the initiative. Meanwhile, Representative Cowboy is calling on those seeking to remove her Speaker Fonati Kofa to use the due process. For her part, the founder of the Light Vocational Program, Madam Amanda Yasia Saleh, disclosed that the program was established aimed at giving opportunity to underprivileged women and girls in Liberia. The West African Regional Organization, ECOWAS, in collaboration with the West African Health Organization, has officially launched the distribution of sanitary pads to 10,000 female students to schools in 5 counties across the country. ECOWAS Ambassador to Liberia, Josephine Nkrumah, disclosed that the launching of the sanitary pads coincides with West Africa Health Organization awareness on sexual and reproductive health in the West. On Novia on Monday, Ambassador Nkrumah said the sanitary pads, which were produced in Denmark, value over $40,000 United States dollars and can be used for 5 years. According to Ambassador Nkrumah, the sanitary pads will be given to female students in rural Monserrado, Bon, Grand Bassa, Myean, and Bomi counties. The Ministry of Labor has alarmed over alleged impersonation by some former employees of the ministry. It can be recalled in June of this year, the Ministry of Labor dismissed 5 employees for what they called mischievous actions which contravene the ministry's code value and relevant civil service order. The dismissed employees include Edwin Sibo, Victor Yamen, Samuel Sambola, Bill Neiman, and Redmond Sar. Speaking at a news conference in Painesville on Monday, the ministry's Deputy Commissioner Director Federal Bid expressed dismay over former employees impersonating as current employees, noting that this action is bringing disgrace to the ministry. He meanwhile threatened legal action against those individuals, thus calling on partners of the Ministry of Labor and concession companies not to do business with them, but rather have them arrested if they attempt to harass them. The president of the Liberia Business Association has returned to Liberia after participating in a 4-day ECOWAS Small Business Association meeting in Abidjan, the Ivory Coast. The Liberia Business Association President James Southard said delegates at the meeting have resolved to support the exploitation of goods produced to each other of the member states of ECOWAS. Speaking during the media engagement in Painesville on Monday, Stoddard maintained that the exploitation of goods among the business people in member states in the West African region has received the endorsement of the West African heads of states. According to Stoddard, based on ECOWAS Small Business Association agreement, the Liberia Business Association will be changing the identification cards of its members in order to be able to do any legal business in the West African region. And away from Liberia, the renowned anti-apartheid writer and activist Britain Batibaj, jailed for his beliefs in South Africa in the 1970s, has died at age 85, his family said. He passed away in his sleep with his wife Yolanda by his side in Paris. The decedent's poet, novelist, and painter was an interned activist militant against apartheid. He fought for a better world until the end. A statement from his family read. That's our CN's bulletin. Is back to you, Johnson.
Ria TV, True FM.
Okay, Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV, into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier? The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll keep your paper.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news, somewhere at 12. My name is.
Many thanks to Naketa Roberts for bringing us the news bulletin, which is a regular feature here on News Desk. If you are just joining us in one of our top developments, Supreme Court to hear into petition filed by Gbarntolmah Speaker for Naketa regarding his colleague's action. Our first development on the program. Normal working activities at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission came at a standstill as workers have again staged protest in demand of their 4 months benefits and insurance. The Deputy for Technical Services and Facility Management at NEC, Prince Alpha, told the station that they have engaged the commission on several occasions concerning their benefit, but to no avail.
Have that benefit because during election period, all the election workers will receive for 12 months hazardous benefit. Now, they approved 2023 budget was 53 million. Now, in that 53 million, the 12 months was embedded, for the sum from your salary you will take. There will be, additional money, which is general allowance for you. So we received 8 months, remaining 4 months. So now the chairperson is telling us that 12 months was not approved in the budget. So we said, no, 12 months were approved. She said, no, only 6 months. We said, no, if I only 6 months, you get 8 months and then remaining 4 months. But moreover, the election period, there was no insurance for workers. No insurance, no insurance. So we went on screen and the risky working that we were doing here. No employee of National Elections Commission was covered.
He is the Deputy Director for Technical Services and Facility Management at the National Elections Commission, Prince Alpha there speaking. But when officers of the Liberian National Police visited the protest ground to restore calm, NDC workers maintained in a heated exchange with the police, certain they would not adhere to any demand to stop their protest.
You see anybody come and carry on? When you see any people here? Nobody for coming. We want to sit in here and have a peaceful gallery.
Wow. Police don't begin to start. I'm saying our stairs that start beginning to jump in there. What do you say? Yeah, not to go.
No, the police
the police say is that you will not be drunk because they are probably office here. So you can have your peaceful assembly in the yard. The police are saying if you don't want to go in the office, you will remain outside here, but don't be drunk. We don't be drunk.
There are some aggrieved employees of the National Elections Commission speaking to a reporter who visited the scene. Several employees of the National Council of Chiefs and Edo have threatened unspecified action should national government fails to pay their 8 months' salary. The aggrieved council employees have accused Internal Affairs Minister Francis Imani of being the mastermind behind the delay in the payment of their salaries. According to them, they have used every diplomatic means possible, but to no avail.
We move for here, we go to him. The man say no problem. I will sign for Humana. We go to Humana say sir, we not care the better than the paper what they imply on it. We care our paper what God give it to all government deliver all that we that period. The second we carry to you. We pay the paper, the men no want come. We got something people wait. Children they children say no school. We was selling them a hospital say. So the man one thing you want to make it fair, lesson to look up to. Because we something we not coming from out of town. We are saying here the go on here. Say mama for me, they must suffer transition people they do. I proud my father, lesson. Be happy. They must try, they pay our money a day. Human and will welcome you. You say you will work with all. Now, all my, they can plan you my only. They power in my ear.
Now, what you say?
That they want human pay. When we take in there for me, human say you will not pay all. So we suffering. He said you will not pay all. Our children go to school, and then time when you go, you not know both. Your child will send your child to school, then you got your own school. But now you want to have everything for us, our children sending us. Some of all we got made our husband, they are bad. Now let them feel just to succeed ourselves, but now nothing else to that. Some of people will ask the people in the country to see when they start a leader, then we see all the people that there, they start the human beings, but start to all. We just firmly asking the president, because he is the president for the Republic of Liberia. But we're not appealing to human beings, and we see many our money for human beings, because we work for that money.
They are some aggrieved employees of the National Council of Chiefs and Elders. They're speaking to RCR News. However, the Ministry of Internal Affairs is yet to respond to these allegations as investigation continues. Let's bring you more developments. The country director of Medical Liberia, Antonia Pawon, is calling on national government to increase budgetary support for sexual gender-based service in Liberia. According to Anthony Pawon, less than 1% of national budget is being allotted for SGBV services over the past 5 years, stressing the urgent need for government-funded response. Serving as guest speaker at the launch of activities marking the celebration of 16 days of activism in Congo Town, Anthony Pawon, among other things, called for decentralized SGBV support services, implement laws and strengthen legal frameworks for SGBV cases, and centering women in Liberia's traditional justice.
Our commitment must be backed by resources. With less than 1%, and I repeat, less than 1% of the national budget allocated to GBV services over the past 5 years, be it structure in several counties, is not functional. And to make you understand that, we go to communities, we do awareness, and people get enlightened, and we take action. And when there's a need for saving, we say, oh, no functional saving. So move from talk to action, according to the government to increase the national budget for GBV services by at least 5%. So ensure that every county has at least one functional safe room and adequate resources for one-stop centers and legal support systems. This commitment is not just about services, it is about justice, dignity, and demonstrating the government's resolve to protect the girls across Liberia. When we read for NPM next year, we hope to hear that the social steps have been taken as a tangible benchmark of progress towards bringing the cycle of value and upholding the rights of all women. We appreciate the support of development partners and actors and donors as we all have taken to sign it depending on support. However, the message to the government is why development actors are supporting. There are certain GBV services the government must do for sustainability. The second call to action is to decentralize GBV support services. Violence does not recognize borders and rather treat our services. County-level public GBV services, such as the general offices, must be equipped and empowered to lead the fight against GBV within their communities. So move from talk to action. According to the local government and the county development fund, the operate as GBV, they are part of that issue. We can be looking for the next administrative period to do all of that.
He is the country director of Medical Liberia, Antonia Pawon. They're speaking during the launch of 16 days of activism in the country. For part, Gender Minister Madam Bemi Horace Colley underscored the need for robust action to end sexual gender-based violence against women and girls in Liberia. According to Madam Horace Colley, the increase in SGBV cases in both 2023 and 2024 indicate a need for collective efforts from both government and citizens to minimize the malice in Liberia.
I personally want to highlight the critical challenge of ensuring justice for SGBV survivors, a matter that cannot be overstated. Therefore, the government of Liberia, with support from the World Bank, has proposed a legal aid bill aimed at providing prompt legal assistance to survivors of sexual and gender-based violence, among other issues. From January to October 2024, a total of 2,759 rape cases were reported, with Monterrey County once again recording the highest number at 1,906 cases. This accounts for 68.7% of the total cases reported. Even though the numbers between 2022, 2023, and 2024 show a graph in trend, but there's still critical, urgent need for us to apply all efforts. Local, Myean, Myean, and Bon County in 2024 followed Monterrey with 218 for local, 116 for Myean voted during this period. Additionally, the statistics currently under analysis show worrisome numbers of other forms of violence against women, girls, and children.
She is Gender Minister Wemi Horace Kwali there speaking during the launch of 16 days of activism in the country. The West African Regional Organization ECOWAS, in collaboration with the West African Health Organization, have officially launched the distribution of senatorial powers to 10,000 female students to 5 schools or in 5 counties across the country. ECOWAS Ambassador Liberia Josephine Nkrumah disclosed that the launching of the senatorial powers coincides with West African Health Organization awareness on sexual and reproductive health in West Africa.
We use MySafePad. MySafePad is the entity that would be supplying us with these sanitary towels. I think they are manufactured in Denmark. We aim to reach about 10,000 young girls across. We're doing Magibi, Rural Montserrado, Bome, and Zambasa. So once we chose these people, these counties for a number of reasons, we couldn't go too far out given the amount involved. But we also believe that a lot of the population of Liberia is concentrated in these sites.
She is ECOWAS Ambassador to Liberia Josephine Nkrumah there speaking during the distribution of over 10,000 senatorial powers to 10,000 female students across 5 counties in Liberia. Bon County District 6 Representative Mema Brice Mensah is admonishing Liberian youth to take advantage of technical vocational training for self-reliant. According to Representative Mensah, vocational skills makes an individual that's independent to make informed decisions. The Bon County lawmaker wants young people acquiring these vocational skills to also venture into cooperatives for rapid growth in their businesses. Speaking as guest during the 7th edition of the African Dream Academy Technical Institute in Painesville, the female lawmaker challenged the graduates to be innovative in exploring every knowledge they have learned.
You are successful because you were determined. In your letter skills or your letter S, you are successful today because you were determined. There are many that started the road with you. You can see them among you today. You're not seeing them with you today. Some of them start by the way because of family problems. Some start by the way because they couldn't stand the challenges you could endure. Some of them start by the way because they thought they were not just important in the life. But today you succeeded in having the working skills, which is success. You succeeded in doing it. K, and the K is knowledge. We say your knowledge is your most powerful tool. The practical training you receive here is your stepping stone. Use it wisely. Don't stop learning. Growth is a lifetime pursuit. You learn what you learn today. Doesn't make you complacent. You should always be willing to learn. You should always be willing to add something to yourself. Most of you, I'm sure you graduated from high school. You say, I'm going to go sit down. I don't want to wait to get the exit. But you have learned something today that people in your community will come to you.
She is Bon County District 6 Representative Mema Brice Mensah there speaking as guest during the 7th graduation of the African Dream Academy Technical Institute in Painesville. For the part, some of the graduates lauded Representative Samuel Endos for the opportunity provided them. They praised or the promise to use the knowledge gained at their institution to make positive impact in their lives and respective communities.
Anytime we see, we say yes. We have strength to learn. Very, we say thank you. On behalf of the class of 2024, we say thank you. All the classes here, we all put money together, the classes, and say thank you very much, Barry. We appreciate you. We honor you, sir. Thank you, Lord. Praying and great grandchildren. Continue your hard work. I know the graduate. We pray and work. I think you will prove yourself up now. I will be
But I try my possible best to sponsor my son in this institution because I did the best for him. And today he is coming up. So to all parents, it doesn't matter what you do it. Try your possible best. Whosoever that put money on you, try your possible best. Be focused. Let your children learn. So to my granny, I want to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time. And today we are happy and we are proud of you.
He is a parent, and also you listen to some of the graduates who graduated from the African Dream Academy Technical Institute in Painesville. There's Loring, District 6 Moswell County Representative Sam Ennis for the initiative. In a related development, Moswell County District 5 Representative Priscilla Cooper has emphasized the need for more support to citizens' empowerment. Representative Cooper said if citizens, especially women, are empowered through vocational skill, it lessens citizens' dependency on national leaders for survival. She blamed the dependency syndrome of citizens to the lack of empowerment opportunity, something she said has left huge burden on them as national leader. Speaking during the launch of the Dream Life Training and Empowerment Vocational Program in Painesville, the Moswell County lawmaker lauded the administration for the far-sightedness, pledging to support the initiative.
Your attitude needs to change. That is the only reason why the government will succeed. And some of the changes will come with empowerment, being self-sufficient. When I started my campaign, I started to train women because I didn't want to influence anybody's decision to vote for me. I wanted them to be empowered so that they be able to go food in their own houses, so that they do not depend on somebody giving them one cup of rice so that they will go vote for them. I do it because I wanted people to vote for me. I was teaching them self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, because my parents taught me to be self-sufficient. If that wasn't the taught me other than being respectful, was to be self-sufficient.
She is Moswell County District 5 Representative Priscilla Cooper there speaking during the launch of the Dream Life Training and Empowerment Vocational Program in Painesville. For her part, the founder of Delight Vocational Program, Madam Amanda Yasia Silly, disclosed that the program was established aimed at giving opportunity through the underprivileged with key focus on women. The Liberian journalist and entrepreneur said women and when women are not skilled, stands to be vulnerable in society. As such, her vision is to give access to women and adolescent girls to acquire some technical vocational skills for self-empowerment.
Underprivileged people, we cut across all of the genders. So whether you are a male or you are a female, everyone is a part of this program. But key focus is placed on women because women, most often, we are the victims of circumstances. We are the weaker vessels. We are the ones, most of the times, when daddy walks out, we are the one left alone with the children. Whatever happens, however it happens, daddy sometimes doesn't want to know. So this is where we say we are the victims of circumstances. And if a woman should rise, it should be the priority of another woman. So women support women, men support men.
She is the founder of Delight Vocational Program, Madam Amanda Yasia Silly. They're speaking during the launch of the institution. Earlier on, you heard the voice of Moswell County District 5 Representative Priscilla Cooper, who also visited the launch of the program and pledged to support the initiative. At the structure, we now join Edwin Batafoyon to bring us the passion of live sports. Good evening.
Good evening, Johnson Gbarntolmah. Good evening, everyone. Yes, indeed, sports is a passion of life. FC Fasel moved back to the top of the Liberia Football Association First Division League log after defeating Painesville FC. That's Painesville City Giant, having 11 goal to nil at the SKD practice pitch in Painesville. Fasel took back her spot following the 3-1 defeat to inform LPRC audience by Bill Mountain. Sierra Leone striker Ishmael Dumuya scored a hat-trick to end earliest unbeaten run this season. Painesville FC secured a vital 3 points against struggling Watanga with a 3-2 goal victory, while the Shaping Boss of Liska overpowered Blackman Warriors in the borough of Nuku Town at the D12 field. The Pepper Boys of Mate Barrow defeated Shatta FC 1-0 in Kakata, Magibi County to get her first win since the commencement of the 2024-2025 league campaign. Freeport FC overcome Group of Farmer by a 0 to earn the Liberia Football Association's first division weekend picture. In the female category, Determined Girls FC demolished Kelly Warriors 3-1 at the Tusa Field in Ghanarsville. Mabinda Kamara scored hat-trick, Mabisa Dabo, Catherine Jata, Matoli Mo, and Butu Salah all score apiece. In another result, senior female professional won F Angels 2-1 at the SKD's mini page. On Saturday, Rio Muja dragged Ambassador 7-0, making it the club's highest victory since their debut in the 2023-2024 league season. Soccer Ambassador for their part drew with the Bushel Queens 1-1 in round now, while Shatta Angels recorded a 4-0 victory over Wargirls FC. The technical department of the Liberia Football Association, headed by Benedict Saye, is expected to release a list of 30 teenagers, male and female players for the impending youth camp. The decision followed after a vigorous 5 days of intensive justification held at the SKD Jane Impizio. The youth camp, which runs from the 25th November to the 30th in Liberia, will be conducted by the Liberia Basketball Association in collaboration with the Federation of International Basketball Association. The camp will also include 30 local basketball coaches to be trained in line with their international counterparts. High-profile coaches from the USA and schools of top coaches around Africa will be in attendance. Real Madrid forward Vinicius Jr. will miss his side Champions League game against Liverpool this Wednesday after sustaining a hamstring injury. The Brazilian played the whole of Real Madrid's 3-0 victory over La Liga counterpart Leganes on Sunday afternoon. Madrid, who at 18 in the 36-team Champions League table, traveled to Anfield on Wednesday to face table topper Liverpool. The La Liga club named a 19-man traveling squad for this trip to Marissa, and there was no place for Vina Jr. after he sustained an injury to bicep femurs in his leg. And Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah says he is disappointed by the club failure to offer him a new contract and looks more likely to leave than stay. Details plus these will be up on tomorrow morning on the TVS. It's back to you, Johnson Gbarntolmah, for the continuation of the news.
Ria TV, True FM.
In Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV, into Truth FM 96.
Of live sports, which is a regular feature here on News Desk. Let's bring you more developments. The Ministry of Labour has alarmed over alleged impersonation by some former employees of the ministry. It can be recalled in June of this year, the Ministry of Labour dismissed 5 employees for what it calls mischievous acts which contravene the ministry code value and relevant civil service standing order. Speaking at a news conference on Monday in Painesville, the ministry's Deputy Communication Director, Frederick Bay, expressed dismay over former employees impersonating as current employees, noting that this action is bringing disgrace to the ministry.
Now the ministry has come to be concerned that they are not part of the Ministry of Labour. In our position as communication deputy director and authorized by the administration of the Ministry of Labour, we are receiving reports that even from the executive mansion in, these business people have their connections. They are intimidating these people. Do you want our people to suffocate our employment? We got 5 individuals were dismissed. They are all over the place. They have been dismissed, and the ministry is not reconfirming that dismissal. What we are telling our business partners, our conglomerates, investment partners, and the media entities is, if you come across someone called Edwin Sibo, Victor Waba, Samuel Sambolai, Bill Nene, and Raymond Sa, they no more work with the Ministry of Labour. They have been dismissed summarily. They should be away from the Ministry of Labour, and the National Security Agency has been rating.
Frederick Bay is the Ministry of Labour Deputy Communications Director. They're speaking at a news conference. The Liberia Telecommunications Authority has signed the Customer Protection Regulation. The Customer Protection Regulation aimed to safeguard the rights of communications users. The regulation seeks to ensure that service providers deliver quality services, treat customers fairly, and uphold transparency in their operations. The acting LTA chairperson, Abdullahi Kamara, has been explaining during the signing.
Is generating over $150 million annually, and the people that make that happen are the consumers. It's your dollar, 30 LD, $20 packages, and so forth that amounts to the huge revenue on our service providers. So yes, our service providers are actually making money, even though we believe they can do even more in the process, and we work with them diligently every day to ensure that you, the consumer, remain the central point.
Abdullahi Kamara is the acting chairperson of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority. They are speaking during the signing of the Consumer Protection Regulation in Kanta, Nima County, taking us home on today's edition of the Program News Desk. But as we take leave of you, a recap of our major developments. Supreme Court to hear into petition filed by Mbarto House Speaker for Naketa regarding his colleague's action this Wednesday, November 27. Normal working activities at the National Elections Commission halted on Monday as workers staged protest in demand of 4 months benefits and insurance as employees of the National Council of Chiefs and Elders threatened unspecified actions in demand of 8 months salary arrears. The country director of Medical Liberia, Anthony Pawan, calls for increased budgetary support for sexual gender-based services across Liberia, following the launch of activities marking the celebration of 16 days of activism in Liberia. And away from Liberia, renowned anti-apartheid rhetoric and activist Breton Bretterbridge, who was jailed for his beliefs in South Africa in the 1970s, dies at age 85. Love to see many thanks to our writers, contributors, correspondents for making today's edition of the program resources. Thanks to Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited for their sponsorship. Naketa Roberts was here with the reading of the news bulletin. Erin Bartofonya father in the Passion of Last Sports. Kopo Sanga Sala controlled and produced our sounds. Myean, as usual, was behind the camera. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah. I presented. Good night.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrel? The black barrel is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in your grateful manner, we'll keep your later Liberia.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News summary of 12. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah.
Welcome to News and Analysis, 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life, that's what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life, that's what I live, you know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads in this country.
We are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to True FM 96.1.